Well, good morning, everybody. We're down here at Rocky Point here in Warwick, Rhode Island. It's about 5:30 in the morning. I got about 15 more minutes before sun actually rises. I came down here because I've seen online a few times when I've looked on Google Maps and Google Earth that there's this broken down and old decrepit jetty or pier, as we call it here in the U.S. I think it's jetty out in the UK. But there's a rock jetty that leads out to it that's out in the water right here, and the sun is going to be rising just past it on the horizon. And it's a beautifully calm morning this morning. There's some small wispy clouds in the sky, but nothing major. So there's going to be some color in the sky. It's already starting to turn a really nice gold and pinks. A lot of pinks in the sky right now. But yeah, so it's going to be a good morning. I think it's very calm. I might get the drone up and fly it for a little bit, but I've already got the camera set up on my first composition. I'm not going to use any filters because it's still, the light's still low enough to where I can get a decent shutter speed to smooth out the water. Even though it's pretty calm right now anyway, I still want to smooth it out. Alright, so if you can see, this is the jetty right here that I'm talking about, the rock jetty, and then it leads out to that old broken down pier. And you can see where the sun's going to rise just in between those two sections of the broken pier there. So yeah, I think it's going to be a really nice composition. It creates a nice leading line into the frame out to where the jetty is going to be, and the sun will be right up into the left hand corner of the frame. Yeah, I'm really excited. I think this is going to be a good image once it's all said and done, once I get it in post-processing. So I'm going to go ahead and talk you through the settings that I'll be using to get this image. Okay, so as I'm looking at this image, I think I am going to take out the lead little stopper just to get it a little bit more. Right now I'm getting about a 1 second. I'm having to bump it all the way up to f16, close down that aperture quite a bit just to be able to get a 1 second shutter speed. And I'd like to be able to put it at about maybe a 3 second shutter speed down at f8 or f11 where I like to be. But at f8 right now I'm only getting about a quarter of a second, so I really want to be able to slow that down. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the lead little stopper and probably a graduated neutral density filter as well, so I can get the slow shutter speed that I want. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that out of the bag, get it set up, and I'll be right back. But yeah, it's just beautiful out here this morning. Yesterday it was about 85 degrees. So yeah. So like I always do, you've seen me do it before, is I make sure that I'm focused, which I already did. I was focused on the actual jetty itself. And a proper exposure right now at f8 says it's 1/6 of a second. So with the lead little stopper at f8 and 1/6 of a second, one-sixth of a second is 10 seconds right now is what they're saying for this, 10 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and put it at 10 seconds, which is I think about the amount that I want to be in this image. So I think I'm going to go with the 0.6, which is a soft edge graduated filter, just to see if I can bring some of the highlights in the sky out a little bit. Yeah, see, it just helps bring back the color in the sky quite a bit. At least it provides a definition in the sky right now. It's not is giving it a little bit more blue, where before it was all gold. Still giving it some of the blue now, and some of the clouds are actually a little bit more visible now with that that graduated neutral density filter. So the final settings for this first image is going to be f8 ISO 100, and it's a 10-second shutter speed, and I'm just under 24 millimeters. I'm probably about 22 on the focal length. So I'm going to go ahead, get this image. I'm gonna go grab my coffee. Yeah, I really like that. It's a really good image. All right, well, I think I got what I'm gonna get from this spot right here. So what I'm gonna do is, I've got my backpack on already. I'm gonna start walking around, see if I can find a couple of more compositions before the light gets too harsh. It's still pretty soft right now, so I might be able to find something, but there's no clouds in the sky, like I said, except for the wispy ones, so they're not gonna do any of the softening of the light or anything. So we're just gonna go ahead and walk around for a little bit, see if I can find a couple more compositions. There's a big tree right behind me up above us that I might be able to use. So I'm gonna walk up there and see if I can't do something. All right, see you in a little bit. Alright, so for this next composition, I've got that tree that I was telling you about as I was walking away from that jetty. I've turned the camera to a portrait mode. The sun's coming up right behind it, and it's being, hopefully I'm going to be able to get a good sunburst on it. I've got it on F18 to see if I can get that sun to starburst for me. But what I'm doing is, there's nothing much here in the foreground, so I'm leaving everything in shadow. It's just going to be a good silhouette of this tree. I've got it center frame. So there's no real leading lines. It's just going to be the main focal point of this image. I've zoomed in and focused on the tree itself to make sure it was nice and tack sharp. I did go ahead and put the graduated filter in there just to get some of the blue back in the sky above where the sun is coming up right now. So the sun is right inside this tree right now, and I'm getting on F18 about 1/20th of a second at ISO 100 with the Lee 0.6 soft grad filter. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this image. All right, I think I've gotten the image that I'm going to get here. I don't think I'm going to be able to get much more from this. I did go out last night. Paul, if you're watching, I told you I was going to get up and go out last night, and I did. I didn't get much video out there because it was a great weather day for northern New England. Here in Rhode Island, it was like 85 degrees, so it was just totally overpopulated. Didn't get much video done, but I did get some good shots. I took the drone up for a flight, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that on the screen right now. I'll show you some drone footage and show you the images I got last night. I can't talk you through the settings, but I'll put the settings on the pictures for you, so you can see what I was working with last night. I went ahead and left my Arca Swiss adapter at home tonight. I don't know why I forgot it. I thought I did a really good check on everything that I had before I left, but so the Arca Swiss adapter that goes to my G85 that I do most of my filming with, I forgot it at home. I don't have a tripod to hold my video camera tonight, so everything I'll do is either going to be handheld, or kind of like right now, I'm going to set you up on a rock if I can find something sturdy and safe enough to put you on. But anyway, enough of that. We are here at Beaver Tail State Park. I figured it's been the nicest day we've had today. It was like 85 degrees at my house, which is only about 15-20 minutes away. It dropped literally 20 degrees from the time I left my house till I got here. So it's a little bit chillier than what I was at home. But nonetheless, it's still a great night. It's about 65 right now. I've got a lot of good swells in the water today. If you can see behind me, the action in the water is really good. So I'm hoping to get some really good seascapes today. Maybe include the lighthouse and a couple of the images. It's always good to get up on one of these top rocks up here and look it towards the lighthouse, especially if we get any color in the sky tonight. I'll try to do that. So I found the first composition that I'm going to try to get today. If you can see my camera, it's right down there behind me, already set up. Hopefully it doesn't fall. But yeah, so like I was telling you earlier, the water is pretty rough today. They had a small craft advisory all day today. I think it's going to last until about 8 p.m. tonight. So it's got a lot of action right down here on all these rocks. And you can see what it's uncovered. The tide is out right now. I think it's on its way back in. So what it's uncovered is all this really vibrant green moss. And what I'm trying to do is I'm going to try to work this area right down here with all this greenery, the water coming in right there that you can see in the middle of the frame right now. That's going to be what I'm going to be working on. So let's go down there and see if we can't get this to work. Okay, so here's the composition that I'm working at right now. I've got the camera set up. This here is going to be at the left bottom part of my frame, and it's going to be my leading line that leads up to all these rocks that are right out here where all the water's breaking on and causing nice, it's just causing really nice lines and drama and activity right there as that water breaks over top of these rocks. What I've tried to do is I put the lead little stopper on there with a 0.6 soft grad to try to get to at least about a 1 second shutter speed, just so I can get that movement slowed down a little bit to try to create as much lines as I can with the water as it comes over these rocks. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that little bit of footage from last night. I'm going to walk around just for a few more minutes to see if I can find some more images. I don't think I'm going to get much left. The sun's pretty much up. The light's getting pretty harsh. I might try to go back here. There's some shaded area back here behind me. I might be able to find some small, more intimate portraits or more intimate landscapes. So I'll go ahead and give it a shot, look around for a little bit. If not, if you don't see me again, I didn't find any other images, and I went ahead and took off to the house and started working on these images and post-production. It's been pretty busy lately, haven't had a chance to get out, so hopefully I'll be able to get more going here pretty soon. Although my schedule doesn't get any lighter going forward, I'll get really busy here in the next few weeks. So, just stay patient with me, and I'll get some more content as soon as I can. All right, thanks a lot, guys. Take it easy.